Alesha, who smiles at death, is one of my oldest and longest commanders I've ever had. It's kind of an older card at this point, but for those who don't know, Alesha is a 3/2 human warrior for 2 generic and 1 red mana. And it's got first strike, and it has whenever it attacks, you pay a hybrid white or black mana, and if you do that, you can return a target creature card with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped and attacking. So it's gonna come down attacking with Alesha, and I don't know, it just it spoke to me during that time. I was looking for a card that brought back creatures from the graveyard because I'm very much a necromancy player. I like bringing cards back from the graveyard, things like that, reusing them, sacrificing them, and doing big splashy things with those cards. And I don't know, this just hit a chord for me when I was playing at the time, back in, when was this, 2015? And I don't know, it was just the perfect combination of aggressive recursion and just overall fun for me at the time. And yeah, I had some crazy combos. Of course, the ever-present Alesha Master of Cruelties combo, that was a big one at that time. Master of Cruelties, it is a 1/4 for 5, so it was expensive, but you never really cast it from your hand. Basically, it has first strike, death touch, and it can only attack alone, but that doesn't matter with Alesha. But the important thing is that whenever Master of Cruelties attacks a player and isn't blocked, that player's life total becomes 1, and it doesn't assign any combat damage to this combat. So basically, you attack with Alesha with Master of Cruelties in the graveyard, and you pay the 2 mana that you normally do, and you bring back Master of Cruelties, bypassing the it can only attack alone. And if your Master of Cruelties isn't blocked, say you have some kind of way to make it unblockable, then your opponent's life total becomes 1. Both of the creatures have first strike, so you can kind of stack it in a way that your opponent's life total goes to 1, and then Alesha deals the rest of the damage, basically just 2-punch KOing your opponent. So that's kind of a fun way of killing an opponent at that time. I mean, it still kind of is, clearly, seeing as a lot of people still use this combo. At least those, the few of us who still use Alesha out there. And yeah, it's just a really fun card to play, and hopefully more people play this card because it's really good. Especially now that there's so many more new cards out there that combo with Alesha, because recently there's been so many new cards that are 2 power or less. Especially from Duskmourn, Bloomborough, all the stuff from that year, basically last year from this recording. And then we also had a bunch of stuff coming out for it from Edge of Eternities and a few things from Foundations, including the new Alesha, the Alesha who laughs at fate, so double the Alesha in the deck. It kind of just made it so much easier to build the deck now compared to back when I first started playing it, really, because even Spider-Man, you have a lot of new stuff. Well, maybe not a lot. There's a few new ones in there that you could add in that would be great with the deck. It's always adding new cards into the deck itself, so it's gonna be up to you what you wanna put in there, because every year there's always gonna be some kind of 2 power or less creature with some kind of interesting ability that you can use with it. I think more people should play this card. It's a lot of fun, and you can make all sorts of strategies with this. You can just do it as a reanimator, as what I did before. I also tried it in a kind of aristocrat, as well as like a tokens deck back in the day. And then later on, when I played against a very powerful pod for a time when I was working at this one company, everybody who was, well, not everybody, a lot of people who worked there played Commander. Actually, that's where I started playing Commander, and they had a really powerful pod with cards that did infinite combat steps and a lot of one-hit combo with commander damage, just like a Voltron. And yeah, it was really hard to get through anything during that time with Alesha because a lot of my creatures were low power and not a lot of ways to make them unblockable at the time. So it was hard to deal with a lot of those strategies. So I ended up kind of making it into a, it became a silver bullet deck where it kind of just destroyed or got rid of a lot of things that they had, my opponents had. But I don't know, it kind of just became more of a control deck than the aggressive reanimator deck that I wanted it to be. So I had to switch it back to the reanimator aggro deck that I originally wanted it to be because I don't know, it just wasn't fun anymore after that silver bullet era that I had. I don't know, it just became something different from what I wanted it to do. So, but now it's back to the reanimator aggro deck that I had it in, although with some updated cards from Duskmourn and a few other cards from the more recent sets. And yeah, it's fun again. So, but I still haven't really seen many people playing this commander. Of course, there's a lot of fun commanders out there with the ever-increasing amount of legendary creatures, commanders. Now even the addition of vehicles, legendary vehicles and stations that you can have as commanders. It is an ever-growing competition for fun stuff to play with. But Alesha is definitely still one of my favorites of all time, and hopefully it'll be one of yours too. If you're also one of the few Alesha players out there, just shout out in the comments below.